Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for March 5, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We begin with a developing story in Cuba, where millions are left without power after a widespread blackout hit the western region of the island nation. The cause of the outage remains unclear, but it's the second major blackout to affect the region in just 3 months, raising concerns about Cuba's struggling energy infrastructure. In other news, a federal judge has ruled that U.S. businesses are entitled to refunds for tariffs invalidated by the Supreme Court last month. The decision affects millions of tariff entries submitted to the government and could result in refunds totaling as much as $175 billion. The ruling is seen as a victory for small businesses and major corporations alike, but it's likely to be appealed by the government. And finally, we're continuing to follow the situation in Cuba, where 6 suspects of Cuban origin have been charged with terrorism in connection with a recent incident involving a Florida flag speedboat that allegedly opened fire on Cuban soldiers. The suspects face up to 30 years in prison or even the death penalty if convicted. We'll be providing updates and analysis on these stories throughout the day. And as always, our thoughts are with the people affected by these developing stories, and we hope for swift and peaceful resolutions. This is AIDailyPress, your source for news and analysis from around the world. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and Nanshul and know what's right now. I'm Barbara Waters. We have several developing stories to cover today. Firstly, we're seeing significant diplomatic efforts unfolding in Eastern Europe, particularly with regards to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Despite escalating tensions and military maneuvers, world leaders are calling for a ceasefire and peaceful negotiations. The United States has been actively engaged in brokering a peace deal, but the situation remains volatile, with over 1 million people displaced and many more affected by the fighting. In related news, Russian President Vladimir Putin met with Hungarian Foreign Minister Péter Szijjártó to discuss disruptions to Russian oil supplies. Hungary has maintained its reliance on Russian fossil fuels, despite the war in Ukraine. The meeting resulted in assurances from Russia that it would continue to fulfill its obligations, as well as a surprise announcement of the release of 2 ethnic Hungarian prisoners of war. Additionally, we've been following developments in global energy markets and regional politics, particularly with regards to Russia's oil supplies. Hungary's ongoing reliance on Russian fossil fuels has led to tensions with Ukraine, which accuses Hungary of holding back Russian oil deliveries through the Druzhba pipeline. Lastly, we're also keeping an eye on adaptability and innovation in the face of changing global landscapes. With power and influence being redefined by factors like energy markets, diplomatic relationships, and democratic values, it's crucial for nations to navigate these shifts effectively. We'll continue to provide updates and analysis on these stories as more information becomes available. For now, that's all from our morning podcast. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskwiser.
Thank you, Barbara. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's dive right in. First off, the escalating tensions in the Middle East are having a ripple effect on global markets. The Indian equity market took a hit, with the BSE Sensex plummeting over 1,000 points and foreign institutional investors pulling out around Rs 3,500 crore from Indian equities. Analysts warn that higher oil prices raise inflation risks, pressure the rupee, and complicate the interest rate outlook. But amidst all this chaos, the cryptocurrency market is showing surprising resilience. Bitcoin is performing better than expected, with a significant spike in activity on Iranian crypto exchanges. Our analysis suggests that citizens are seeking to protect their assets, while state actors may be using cryptocurrencies for sanctions evasion. President Trump's support for the Digital Asset Market Structure Bill has also sent shares of Coinbase and other cryptocurrency companies soaring. So, what does this mean for investors? While the cryptocurrency market remains highly volatile, the current turmoil in the Middle East has actually helped to boost Bitcoin's price. And with a more favorable regulatory environment on the horizon, we may see even more growth in the digital gold rush. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and bringing you updates as they unfold. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Stay informed, stay ahead. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's Artemis II mission is gearing up for its 26-day journey to the moon, and we got a sneak peek at the astronauts' menu. From mango salad to barbecued beef brisket, the culinary options are out of this world. With careful planning and consideration for nutrition and microgravity, the astronauts will enjoy a diverse range of dishes, including tortillas, which will be a staple on the mission. In other news, researchers have proposed a new theory about the formation of Saturn's rings. A team led by MIT planetary scientist Jack Wisdom suggests that a collision between Titan, Saturn's largest moon, and a doomed moon called Chrysalis could have triggered a chain reaction leading to the creation of the rings. However, another researcher, Carl Uke, has proposed an alternative scenario involving a different moon, Hyperion. The debate is ongoing, but one thing is certain: the Saturn system is full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Lastly, NASA has announced changes to its Artemis program, including a revised timeline and new partnerships with private companies. The agency is pushing forward with its plans to return humans to the moon by 2024 and establish a sustainable presence on the lunar surface. Tune in tomorrow for more updates from the world of space exploration. And remember, as we always say, keep looking up at those stars with a sense of wonder and awe. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First off, the World Baseball Classic is just around the corner, folks. The USA, Japan, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela are all vying for the top spot. With a stellar roster featuring Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens, and Logan Webb, Team USA is poised as one of the favorites to take home the coveted title. You can catch all the action on Fox starting March 6th. In NFL news, the Los Angeles Rams have been making headlines with their aggressive trading of first-round picks. While some trades have paid off, like the acquisition of quarterback Matthew Stafford, others have not worked out as well. As the NFL draft approaches, it'll be interesting to see how the Rams choose to use their remaining picks. And that's a wrap for today, folks. The World Baseball Classic is shaping up to be an unforgettable event, and the Los Angeles Rams are gearing up for another exciting season. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. First, we explored the world of music and art with our feature on Nashville's thriving music scene and the innovative approaches of artists like Jack Johnson. We also delved into the latest developments in the labor negotiations between the staff and management of the Guggenheim Museum in New York, highlighting the importance of fairness, transparency, and mutual respect in building stronger cultural communities. Next, we traveled to Medellin, Colombia, where we immersed ourselves in the vibrant atmosphere of the Atanasio Giró Stadium, ahead of the highly anticipated match between Atlético Nacional and Millonarios in the CONMEBOL Sudamericana tournament. We spoke with locals and explored the passion for football that unites the community. Finally, we touched on the intersection of art and labor, discussing the retrospective of Carol Bova's work at the Guggenheim and the remarkable mural by Joan Miro that has been largely hidden from public view for decades. These stories remind us of the power of art, culture, and sports to bring people together and transcend borders. We'll continue to explore these themes and more in future editions of the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Good morning, darlings. It's your girl Joan, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on the latest news and entertainment. We've got 3 juicy stories to dish about today. First up, if you're a fan of luxury movie theaters, you might be sad to hear that iPic has filed for bankruptcy protection. Yep, those fancy reclining seats and gourmet snacks just didn't cut it in the end. The company cited declining ticket sales and unsustainable box office splits with studios as the main reasons for its financial woes. Next, we've got a deal that's almost too good to be true. Taco Bell is offering free Peacock subscriptions to its rewards members. That's right, folks, you can get access to all sorts of TV shows and movies just by signing up through the Taco Bell app. But don't forget to cancel before your free month is up, or you'll be charged full price. And last but not least, if you're looking for a unique experience, you might want to check out that luxury movie theater while you still can. Or, just stay home and stream something. It's 2023 after all. Oh, grow up and have a great day. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we looked at the threat posed by invasive species to our ecosystems, specifically the spread of the invasive species in various parts of the world. Secondly, a recent study revealed that top predators, such as sharks, can survive even the most catastrophic events, including mass extinctions, and play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of their ecosystems. Lastly, we explored the remarkable agility of cats, specifically their ability to twist in midair and land on their feet. Researchers discovered that the key to this incredible feline agility lies in the flexibility of their thoracic spine, which allows them to rotate and twist with ease. These stories remind us of the importance of preserving biodiversity, protecting our oceans, and appreciating the fascinating abilities of animals like cats. Tune into our full episodes for more in-depth coverage of these topics. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.